Beyond the Fairway podcast presented by Genesis. Tim Brown coming in here, but before we even get to all of that, I'm in a hotel, and Will, it looks like you're in a cell. I don't know where you at.
It looks like I'm about to tell on somebody, like I'm about to rat somebody out.
You look like you in the FBI, like snitch tank.
You ever watch First 48 and they got their hands? Man,
yeah,
I wasn't there, but if I was, Derek did it. Derek did it.
I don't know who the hell Derek is, but Derek, you got snitched on. Will, where the hell you at in this jail cell?
Man, I am at my hotel. I am in San Francisco. We are in the final leg. We are in the Tour Championship for the Underrated Golf Tour presented by Steph Curry. And, you know, when you talk about doing it right, Steph is doing just that. You know, he brought a lot of his friends out. You got Google, you got FTX, you got Callaway, you got Cisco,
Will Lowry,
you got United, and you got Stephen Curry. So, you know, he did it right. And these kids it's like a tour event for these kids. You know, they got loaded up with swag last night, which was a great reception. They're currently at the at TPC Harding Park getting their first round practice going on. And like I said, man, it's a beautiful event, and Steph did it right. And I think, you know, with events like this, it's changing the landscape of golf for sure.
Well, that's what's up, man. So shouts out to Steph Curry, Will Lowry, the Underrated Tour, Jay Rich, all the folks doing it big. I feel like just looking at the photos, I'm just in a better hotel than you. Like I'm not saying Steph was skimping on the accommodations, but I feel like Golf Channel got me way more swagged out than you right now. I'm just being honest.
That's just bad wallpaper, dog.
That's just wallpaper. That's what it was. I got all this Caucasian behind me, man. Life is good, man.
Yeah, you do. I got a little brown behind me. They just old school in the wallpaper.
You got that mustard seed wallpaper. That's what that.
I put it like this. That's great observation, because the TV has the booty behind. You know, you seen TV with the booty behind it? I got one of those.
How you got a big ass TV, man? A fat booty TV.
Big fat booty TV. Hey, I didn't know what it was, but I do see some. You got a place, you know, beside my bed where I can put some quarters. I don't know what it's for, you know, but you can put some quarters in.
It might get you one of them. You might have to shake, rattle, and roll in that thing. Man, golf. Look, how am I in? This is frustrating. I'm across the country. I'm in your city.
You're in my hometown.
I'm in your town.
I can't never.
And your ass ain't even here.
I can't never convince. This is my gangster fingers. I can't never convince you to come to my hometown when I'm there. But the minute I leave, you with all my friends.
I'm right here. You know what? And you know what? To echo that, and two of your friends we need to get up on here. I played. Let me just. Y'all check my Instagram story from 3 days ago when this comes out, because I'm all excited. I called Nas. I'm in Charlotte. I pull up to the club. Hold
on, context. Nazir Muhammad.
Nazir Muhammad played at Kentucky. Played every team in the NBA. He played
20 years in the league,
bro. 18 seasons in the league. Nazir Muhammad, man. I don't even know how he did it. I pull up to Carmel. I don't know how you even pronounce it. This Carmel Country Club. That's where I'm at.
So East Coast is Carmel. If we're in the West Coast, it's Carmel.
All right. Well, I'm in Carmel. I'm in Carmel Country Club. I get up. Look, we playing with Gerald Henderson, man. I'm excited. I'm with y'all. I'm literally with your homies.
Context: Gerald Henderson is one of the Duke Blue Devil greats. Played.
I don't talk about Duke.
I'm with you now. I'm ABC, ABD. Anybody but Duke.
He played the Bill Dickey Invitational. That's what I know. That's
what he's best known for.
People anyway. He's freaking blue heaven angel, whatever they call it, Duke. I don't know. Anyway, we get out. We can play the first hole. We're playing the course with the bent greens. There's one with Bermuda greens. There's one with bent green. I don't know. 3 holes in, man. Rain. And not like some just normal rain. That sideways rain that came out of nowhere for like 15 minutes. It's like that North
Charlotte.
Florida rain. Had me out there looking like a drowned rat out there next to two giants.
Welcome to Charlotte. And I bet you the weatherman in Charlotte said there was no rain today. That's how he gets you.
F him and F the rain that came down. I was all excited. I had my shoes on. Had my
here's
NBC
my question,
swag.
Doug, here's my question. Was Gerald late?
Yeah, he was late. Hell, Gerald cost me 2 holes, man. You know what I'm saying?
Henderson was late. I don't doubt it.
Hey, but in his defense, he had a baby on Friday, right? So he had a baby like 3 days ago. So,
yeah.
So I'm not even mad at Gerald for being late. I'm more mad at him for playing golf in the first place.
It's amazing. It's amazing he's alive.
And that's the guys telling him.
That's the guys telling him. That's the guys telling him you're not supposed to be playing today.
Take your ass home, Gerald. That's what the gods were saying today. But no, man, I had a blast for 3 holes of golf with some rental sets that I played that Will Lowry type of golf where you just have the rental set, you just pull up. Didn't he? I didn't know I was playing. I just told Nas I was gonna pull up to see him. He said, "Come to the club." I was like, "Cool." I get there. He'd already played 18 holes.
Oh yeah, he's
an addict. He's an addict.
He got problems.
He does have problems. Let me tell you who else had problems today. Scotty Scheffler had problems today. Did he? You know what? There's choking. I'm not even gonna say Scotty choked. He got beat, but he fumbled the bag. Will fumbled the bag. That cost him. That cost him millions.
Millions. He was. They said that if he won that, he would have won $37 million, but the most in any type of regular season history of most earnings earned, whatever. So
what's more impressive, the loss of Scotty Scheffler or the W from Rory McIlroy?
I think the W from Roy because I didn't expect him to. Roy wins when I don't expect him to win.
You know there's another R in his name.
It's Rory. Yes, I know. But
you black. It's all right. Roy.
No, we know it.
Roy.
I'm comfortable to say Roy. He better be glad I ain't saying Leroy.
That's Leroy McIlroy.
Leroy. But he has 12 PGA Tour wins, and when I expect him to win, he never wins. Not even close. When I don't expect him to win,
he has 12 wins when trailing. He got more than 12 wins.
Sorry, 12 wins when trailing. Sorry, but it's one thing that he just always wins when it's not expected, and I didn't really expect him to pull it out this week. He wasn't even close on my list.
Yeah, he came out of nowhere. But you know what? Let's get to my next thoughts on the back end of this Tim Brown episode because I got some more stuff to say. But right now, it's time to go beyond the fairway with Heisman Trophy winner, the first wide receiver to ever do it, Mr. Tim Brown.
First wide receiver to do what, Doug?
Win the Heisman.
At Notre Dame, context.
No. He was
first. He's the first wide receiver ever win.
Wide receiver to win the Heisman Trophy. Ever.
Okay. I digress.
I want to welcome everybody to Beyond the Fairway presented by Genesis, and we are out here at American Century, Lake Tahoe, and I am with my former boss, maybe.
Yeah, we gotta explore that.
Maybe.
I need more.
We got the great Heisman Trophy winner Tim Brown. So, backstory: Tim and I met Big Break NFL.
What was that 2014?
Yeah.
You still talk to him?
You
still like keeping touch?
I have a kind wife, man. She makes me
I understand.
do things I don't want to do.
And so after that Big Break, Tim said, "Why don't you come out and caddy?" And been out here for 10 years, maybe.
Yeah, almost 10 years.
10 years. And
so this the plug for you.
This
is how you got out
here, dog. This is it.
Wow.
Tim, let me tell you about Tim. Tim was so.
You gonna let Tim talk? Say what's up?
No, I can't, because this is rare right here. Tim was so gracious, because he always let me come caddy for him, obviously, but he lets me do me. Like, to the point, I don't have to see him all week. I just have to show up on the first tee box with the bag in my I'm all over the place. What was the one time you saw me walking the street at 4 a.m.? It's like,
oh, my God. That's Will. That's Will. No doubt about it.
But appreciate you being here, man.
No, man,
Absolutely.
my pleasure.
Absolutely.
Matter of fact, let's start in the beginning for you guys back in on the Big Break days. What's the pressure like? You play under all the lights, every light you can be under. You come to the Big Break, it's an in and out job. How do the pressures compare?
Well, there were two forms of pressure for me. One, you don't want to let your teammates down, right? And unlike in football, if it's 4th and 3 and I know the rock is coming my way, it's good as done, right?
That's what I heard.
But if I got a 3-foot putt and I got to make it, boy, I don't know. You know what I mean?
Bro, he was messing with my money, man.
Right.
Doug, he was messing with my money.
I mean, you have that pressure. Then you have the pressure to want to just smash Jerry Rice down to pieces.
See, I was going to ask that later, whose ass you want to bust, but I think
it's sort of on my mind right now. So, so I thought I would bring that up right away. But, it was great, man. I mean, I really can't believe that the show is not on air anymore. I mean, it was a great competition. They started to do baseball versus basketball and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, it was a lot of fun. We had a great time.
So what's the state of the game? I feel so weird because I'm not on the bag right now. But what is the state of the game?
You know, I was playing very well a couple of weeks ago. Then we had the 25-year reunion, and I had 14 of my Notre Dame teammates to come in with their families. So I didn't get a chance to play. I played a little bit early in the week. But you know me, man.
Yeah.
I'm going to chase the ball around. We're going to, you know. And but I do think I'm playing better. I'm putting a lot better than I have been over the last, since you saw me last. We had a little struggle in Dallas going over the putter.
We did.
But, you know, that seems to be rectified. And, you know, if you can putt out here, you can play. You know, that's the name of the game out here.
Yeah, but you know, from Dallas, growing up, coming up, how'd you start? Did you start early as a younger guy? Did you pick it up late in the years?
Yeah,
how did you get into this game of golf?
Man, the only sports regret I have in my life is when I was 11 years old, my elementary school principal came up to me and said, Tim, I've been watching you. You have great hand-eye coordination. I want to teach you how to play golf. And I was like offended. I was like, you want me to go out in this heat in Dallas, Texas, and you must have lost your mind. I went home and told my mama, Mama, guess what this man asked me? And I tell you what, Mr. Roy Tarpley was his name. I regret that, you know, because if I would have learned the fundamentals then, you know, when I had a chance to really play it, it probably would have, you know, probably wouldn't be as tough for me now as it is. So
I want to explore that real quick, Will, if you don't mind, because I feel like our game, I take ownership too of this game. With certain generations, even mine, it's not cool to play golf. It's whack as hell to play golf. Like. When you think back to your 11-year-old self, just give me some context as to what was your attitude toward golf then?
I mean, you know, look, you were a punk if you were going to play golf.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. I got called that a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know of any of the brothers who you respected who were playing golf. Nobody, you know what I mean? And including my big brother and, you know, my uncle. I mean, nobody I knew played golf. And and I only took the game up because I was playing tennis. That was my off-season sport. When I tore my knee up, the Raiders wouldn't let me play tennis anymore.
Damn.
You know what I mean? So it took me a couple of years to figure it out. But my brother-in-law, matter of fact, came up to me and said, man, you know, you're going to be doing a lot of business, you know, what you guys are planning to do. You need to learn how to play golf. And I looked at him like, dude, I mean, really?
Yeah.
And, man, I went out the first day and I hit a couple balls straight. Oh, that was it. It was
The first day? Hold on, stop. You said the first day?
You know, I mean, that's after hitting 100.
Oh, right.
I'm not trying to say it.
I know you
know,
coordinated.
came together right there. But
Touchdown Timmy, I know you coordinated. I didn't know you had it like that out the block.
Yeah,
But,
you know.
So the 11-year-old Tim versus the Tim now, what's your attitude towards golf and the progression of it?
I hate golf. I really do. I mean, no doubt. I mean, I tell people all the time. I mean, I will exclaim 20 times during my round, I hate golf. And I was playing with a young man on Monday, and I told him, hey, quit now. Quit while you can. Don't do this to yourself.
He may be the only one that's not promoting the game of golf.
My uncle gave me that marriage advice. That was the same thing he said about getting married. Don't do it. Stop. Run.
You know, look, this game is so difficult, man. And if you really can't dedicate hours upon hours a week, you know, it's going to – you have to take a different mentality when you walk out here. Like, okay, I'm just going to hit the ball, go find it, hit it again, and let's see what happens, you know. But if you come out here and thinking, you know, oh, I was playing great 3 weeks ago. I didn't play since then, and now it's not going to happen, you know what I mean? So, and, you know, look, I love this game, man. It challenges me to no end. And, you know, I'm telling my kids now, look, when I'm 85, I can still tee it up. I need y'all teeing it up with me.
I think golf made you bipolar, though.
Yeah,
because you just said I hate golf, but I love this game.
Yeah. You know, it's definitely a love-hate. It's definitely a love-hate relationship. No doubt.
So how has golf benefit you when it comes to business?
Oh, it's been incredible, man. It's been incredible. You know, well, I started a fuel transport and supply company about 5 years ago now, and man, I can tell you, I mean, we're dealing with Citigroup right now because of golf. We're dealing with Norwegian Cruise Line now because of golf. We're dealing with Delta now because of golf. You know, so AT&T because of golf. So it's played a, you know, and I don't go there searching for people.
Yeah.
You know, guys in my group end up being in my group.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? The CFO of Norwegian Cruise Line. Well, hey, brother, let me have a conversation with you.
Right.
Can I talk to you for a second, please? But no, I think it's been great for that, man, to literally, you know, bring in business partners for the sole purpose of of having a business meeting on the golf course. I just don't know if there's another sport that you can say, hey, let's go play basketball and have a business meeting. I mean, that's not going to work, you know.
Yeah, it's funny. You talk about business and off-course interests and things. There are Will's neck of the woods. You got NASCAR.
Mm-hmm.
You got the drive for diversity.
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to understand, your background as it relates to NASCAR and why you took the necessary steps to create a racing team and to be a part of the Drive for Diversity campaign and what's it been like?
Yeah, that was before they had a Drive for Diversity program. That's when everything was getting going. And I just saw a humongous opportunity, man. We hired a company to do research in the minority neighborhoods. And what came back was, they love speed. You know what I mean? And and they would love to see it on TV. You know what I mean? They would love to be a part of it. Wow. And so we really thought that we had an incredible opportunity that would last forever. Unfortunately, the big crash happened.
Yeah.
The financial crash happened, and the groups that we were partnering with, were going to partner with, were just saying, man, we got to cut back. Everybody had to cut back, and being that we were an extra team, it made it impossible for them to continue on. But I'm happy to see the guys now. I think Emmett is involved. Michael Jordan is involved. And it's going to be successful because, the one thing I learned, it was so funny. The first time I went to Daytona, I got a bus full of brothers on the bus, with me, right? So it's about 20 of us, and I stand up at the front of the bus. I said, look, sticks and stones may break up bones, but words will never hurt. So if you hear something, just keep moving.
Just keep moving, man.
Right?
Just keep moving.
Did you?
Man, I can tell you that it was amazing, especially when the people realized it was me and what I was trying to accomplish, how so many people came up to us and was like, man, hey man, hoping you guys do well. We were so welcome that I was almost overwhelmed by it because I was expecting, because that's what you hear, but that's not what it was at all, man. And it was great to be in the atmosphere. We ended up going to like 4 or 5 different races around the country that year. And it was phenomenal, man. And I think these guys are going to do great. You just got to have the money, and it's a lot of money you got to have. But if you can get that money, man, it can you can make this thing happen in a very big way.
How surprised were you by that? You said something's fascinating to me. Is you had a research study done, and it found out that black folk love speed.
Black, Hispanics, yes.
Black and brown folk love speed. What else did you learn, if anything, through that research project?
Well, financially, everybody thought that it was unattainable. That they couldn't afford to come out to NASCAR events and things of that nature. And the tickets are pretty, unless you want to sit way out there, and it can get pretty expensive for sure. And that was something that we were planning on working on too, finding a way to not get it sponsored, but try and get some tickets where it was discounted to a point where people can come out and enjoy it, and not have to worry about can they pay a bill tomorrow.
That's fascinating. That's fascinating.
You talking about speed? I want to talk about the speed of Tim Brown at Notre Dame. Are you still keep in touch with Notre Dame? Are you still close to the program?
Yeah, close enough. I'm not working for them. I'm not, certainly not in any decision-making positions. But, I get phone calls every once in a while, and I try and answer and, be as much help as I possibly can. Really, I try and look at the negative. Everybody's looking at the positive, right? You look at Marcus Freeman, and, I've never seen a group of guys respond to a coach the way this team has responded to him. But in the bowl game, we got out to a great start, but we lost that game by 15, 20 points after being up by 15, 20 points. So that tells me that there's more to be done.
Absolutely.
And I pointed that out to him, and he sort of laughed. He was like, you old school guys that never change. It's like, well, look, some guys you can walk up into them and say, hey, Will, let's go.
Right.
Some guys you guys say, hey, look,
right.
son, you know what I mean? And I didn't know if he had that switch in him, but he told me he did. So we'll see.
It.
And I just think it's so important, man, for a guy like him to be successful.
Yeah. Yes.
It will open up so many doors. It will change college football coaching because I tell you, I've been in. I've gone Oklahoma. I've gone to Florida. I've gone to Florida State. Speaking to these teams, and then you go out to practice and you hear how the players are being talked to. And And it's almost like this really can't be happening.
Yeah, absolutely.
You
absolutely.
guys really don't talk to players like this. I know.
Absolutely.
But but if a guy like Marcus can win with the soft touch, then it puts other coaches in a position where they have to say, okay, wait a minute, I can't talk to this kid like he's a dog.
Yeah.
Because he can go here.
Yeah.
And get talked to like he's a man.
And get paid.
Yeah, absolutely.
So
more money over here.
It's a very, very, very tough deal.
Speaking of coaches, I'm always fascinated with stories when you talk about when you play for Lou Holtz. Like there's one story, and if you can give us a brief synopsis of it, when you walked into the coach's room and you looked at your numbers and he said, this is fascinating and perhaps you can probably take this further. But please tell us that little story, because that was a great story.
So after 2 weeks of spring ball, being on the field, we had winter ball initially, which was 5 a.m. practices we had. So now we're actually playing or practicing, and after 2 weeks of that, he brings me in and says, look at all this. He had a little highlight of the 2 weeks of practice, and he says, I think you can be the best player in the country.
What did you say when you heard that?
Did somebody else walk in? That's what I said. Because what had happened to me, leaving high school, my mom and dad, had pretty much beat in my head. They told me, there's no future in football for you, son.
Damn.
You go and get that education and get on back home. So it was locked in my head, education, that when he said that, the first thing I said to him, hey, Coach, hey, you got the wrong guy. Hey, I'm going to get this education, go on back home, marry my high school sweetheart, be a deacon in the church, and move on. That was my plan. And he was like, what? It was like, hey. And he was like, oh, okay. And the next day he bring me in. Next day he kept. And finally I just got to the point where I said, look, let's just prove this old man wrong.
Right.
He saying all this stuff. I'm 19 years old at the time. Let's just prove him wrong.
Right.
And, man, I did. And 2 years later, I was the best player in the country. So it worked out.
Yes.
That's crazy. That's crazy. So did you see Heisman already at that time, or did you?
No.
When did you throughout the season? When did you probably realize I could possibly win this Heisman Trophy?
Well, my junior year was actually better than my Heisman year, but because I came out of nowhere, I led the country in all-purpose yardage in my junior year.
That's my boss, yo.
He said so smooth.
That's
so smooth.
Hey, that's my boss. That's my boss, man. The caddy guy.
I was the best to do it that year.
The last game of the year, we were playing USC, and we got down late. We came back late. We were down like 12 points with 3 minutes to go or whatever, and came back and won the game. And I had 2 huge plays at the end of the game, and in the locker room, the great late Jim Murray, man, he was a sports reporter, LA Times, and he came up to me and said that I was going to be his front runner for the Heisman. And I was like,
what?
Look, this is a family that has never even talked about going pro or nothing.
Yeah.
And here we are, all of a sudden having to confront the fact that I'm going to be up for the Heisman. And, we tried to be cool about it, like, we don't have to worry about this. But, right after the draft that year, all of a sudden, they were talking about next year. And my name was top 2 or 3 on, and my family, we were like, whoa. So, I mean.
So you don't have to be a deacon no more, son. You don't have to.
You praise God from the locker room.
You go ahead and do what you're going to do.
Well, I will give my mom credit, man. Every year after the season, no matter how bad or how great it was, of course, when I tore my knee up, it was a bad year. She would always say, Are you gonna quit now? You can quit now. You proved that you can do it. You know what I mean? And I was like, nah, Mom, I think I'm gonna go back one more year. And so when I finally retired, man, she was quite happy. But her spirit, man, was amazing the whole time, because she wanted me to during my career, I was I found God, all that stuff. Did that thing, and that made her feel a lot better. But at the same time, she wanted Timmy home with her.
Yeah, absolutely.
So, but today's her birthday, matter of fact, too. So.
Shout out, Miss Brown. Happy birthday.
Well, this is what I need to understand is you decided, you're a very smart man, brilliant, in fact, but you chose this guy to caddy for you in this tournament. I'm not saying it's a dumb decision. It's just a unique one. Let's talk about how is Will Lowry on the bag?
Well, look, I mean, I think that, having a guy like Will that's both great and bad, the great is
Good and terrible.
The great is he obviously, sometimes he has no problem with these greens out here, but I think most of the time he just wasn't paying attention. So he was on his phone like, oh yeah, it goes that way, bro. But
Will was on his phone. Shocking.
But the bad thing is he's such a great player that when I start to struggle, you can tell that he can't relate to it because it's like, look, bro, just hit the freaking ball straight. Why can't you do that? And so, but
him around for 10 years.
It was great. I mean,
it was a business decision because
I wanted him here because I knew this would be an atmosphere that he could grow in.
And he did just that.
Yeah.
So
How proud are you of Will?
I am, man. I take no credit for what Will has done for sure because he is his own man, but I'm happy that when he thinks of all this, he knows who got him going.
When you say take no credit, he gets all the credit.
Well,
and because it was so funny, the first 2 years, I used to be so scared. Like, man, I hope I can do just good enough the last 5 holes to where he'll bring me back the following year. But after I realized that third, fourth year, I can do bad all 18.
Right.
I'm still coming back.
that safety net. You know what, Will? I usually do it and toss it to the rap foursome, but I think it's only fitting that you do that today.
Absolutely. So we can't change this, okay? Typically, not typically, we always do rap foursome. We ask our guests.
Oh, I'm gonna be bad.
Any rapper, dead or alive, that you would like to play with at a golf course, any golf course, whatever. I don't know what your home course is. What is it, Dallas?
Dallas National.
Dallas National.
Yeah.
And they can't play with Bryson and Chris Como.
Right. So what rappers would you show up to the golf course and play with, dead or alive?
Man, I am not.
I knew it. I was about to say what Christian group.
It's fine.
With gospel group, it would probably be Mississippi Mass Choir.
Hell, you
Winans.
The Winans Commission.
I'll take it. I'll take
that.
that.
And Fred.
And Fred
I'm done.
Hammond.
Let's go.
That's it. There it is.
Go weapons.
Gospel foursome right here.
I am. No, I just was never that guy.
I should have warned you that we couldn't ask that. I already knew what it was.
That's funny.
Yeah,
I thought I heard you at CC that.
Yeah,
Let's go.
I know what it was.
Let's go gospel foursome. Then.
I just
What
did.
is it?
Commission, Winans,
Mississippi
Fred
Mass
Hammond,
Choir.
Mississippi Mass.
That's it.
There it is.
No weapon
Gospel foursome.
formed
Tim
against
Brown,
me.
touchdown Timmy. Going beyond the fairway right here, NBC Sports Golf Channel. Oh, yeah. You know we're presented by Genesis.
Yeah. Oh, wait. Save.
You know we're presented by Genesis. Don't forget that. But, Tim, thank you so much.
Thank you,
Good
guys.
luck this
Appreciate
week,
it.
man.
Absolutely.
Honor and a pleasure.
man.
Yeah, love you too, brother.
All right, boss.
All right,
Thank you,
brother.
man.
My pleasure.
Appreciate it.
No, Will, I'm a little upset about this episode. I'm gonna tell you why.
Why?
Because I really thought he was gonna give me a rap foursome, and I got a gospel foursome. I'm not mad about the gospel foursome, but I'm just more mad that I didn't get a rap for. It's not my thing. I don't listen to that kind of music.
I mean, he could have. He could have gave me a rap gospel foursome. He
That
could
would
have
have been
gave.
impressive. That would have been impressive.
He could have gave me some Lecrae. He could have gave me some The Truth. He could have
That's all I can name.
cross movement record. I mean,
Crosshand Productions. What did you say?
I appreciate that plug, Doug. I
got you.
I'm gonna send you a bounce check. I love it. Thank you.
You stay sending somebody Brown's check. But hey, shouts out to Tim Brown coming in here, going beyond the fairway, presented by Genesis with Will Lowry and myself. And again, Will, so special to have such a historical legend. But before I forget, Beyond the Fairway is presented by Genesis Motor America and the all-new 2022 GV80. Luxurious design meets intuitive versatility. Make the game your own. But and I hate to take the shine off Mr. Brown.
Okay.
I hate to take the shine off of him. And this will come out Tuesday.
Okay.
We're recording on Sunday. So by the time y'all hear this, folks, I apologize. All this is about to come out. Not that I know what's coming out. I'm just saying there's going to be announcements yesterday or Monday. Whatever Monday is going to be. Let me just say it like this, Will. This week is going to be a very interesting week in golf. Because a lot of people are going to have some announcements this week. Okay. Cameron Tringale already said, I'm out, PGA Tour. The most money earned without winning a championship, Cameron Tringale threw the deuces to the very thing he grew up wanting to do, be a part of the PGA Tour. Threw the deuces going to live. Now, Harold Varner, there are rumors. ESPN broke it over the weekend. I heard, don't worry about me.
Yeah.
But
don't do that.
There's some words. Harold Varner's gone. Cam Smith, gone. Mark Leishman, gone.
Dude, can we ever have this conversation? I know. We love PJ Tour. We work for them and NBC, and we're all in.
Joaquin Neiman, Mito Pereira.
But Doug.
What?
When can we have this conversation on Beyond the Fairway? Because we always dancing
Let's
around.
Come on, look, I just broke it. This is where I'm at right now.
But I just want to make sure we won't.
This week is going to be a lot of people throwing a deuce to the PGA Tour.
Okay, but Doug, can we have this conversation to give our opinion so we won't get fired?
I don't know. Let's just give it, and then we'll see if we have a podcast. This is the end of the second season. I feel like, well, if we get renewed, then hell, we'll keep it. I don't know. All I know is this is crazy to me.
I'm trying to keep percentages that we can go for a third season.
I feel you, but you know what? I'm not about to not get out of this season without saying something. And the fact that I respect that all these players waited to the end of the season to make their announcements. Now, it is Sunday. Tomorrow's Monday. This will come out Tuesday. I don't know what will happen, but there are people and players rumored to throw the deuces to the PGA Tour where they made their name for themselves. And I just feel some type of way about it.
Doug, I'm scared. I'm not saying anything.
No, I haven't said anything.
You
I
haven't.
Just said, I just said what ESPN wrote.
You know me.
In these
I'm a blabbermouth. I tend to go off the cuff, and I'm
neutral. Yeah,
and I don't know how to be neutral with this. I have my opinion about this whole situation, and we haven't said anything, so I'm gonna remain quiet. I'm
gonna say this.
What you gonna say?
Yesterday or tomorrow, again, this is Sunday, we're recording this coming out tomorrow. This is going to be an interesting week in golf. It's going to kind of lay the framework for who is on the LIV. And now, to talk about LIV just shortly, I don't care enough about the tour to really dive into it. I just think it's funny that you got the guys like Andy Ogletree and other players that shoot 85 and get paid that are going to have their ass bounced off that tour because all these new PGA Tour guys are renouncing their memberships and taking these spots. I think that's funny. I think it's hysterical. Because Andy Ogletree in the first LIV event made $120,000 for shooting 17 over par. I don't know what he shot. I'm just throwing that number out. But he shot well over par. He made $120,000. Now, he's not going to have a place to play golf. What's he going to do with his life? I don't know. Andy, hit me up. Let me know.
Yeah, he be on that Moonlight tour. I tell you this, though. I'm going to dive in just a second. I wish the people from LIV Tour would stop saying they're trying to grow the game. That gets under my skin. Just say you're doing it for the money. Just doing it for the guap, doing it for the bag. Just say that, and I'm okay with that. When you say you're doing it for the game, you're hiding behind doing it for the game. Well,
I agree.
It gets under my skin. It really gets under my skin. Just say, hey, man, I'm trying to get this bread. I ain't trying to work no more. I don't know. But I kind of want to get in the conversation, Phil being right. But I'm scared to talk about this stuff, Doug. I'm scared.
Was he right? I don't know. I don't have an opinion.
I don't have one either.
I just know he's done some wrong stuff if he is right.
He does some wrong stuff. But
your mama said, like my mama said, two rights don't make a wrong, or two wrongs don't make a right.
Hell yeah. Hey, but I tell you this, though.
However that goes.
Roy McIlroy.
Carried it too.
Leroy McIlroy said Phil was right, but his approach was wrong. That was his quote.
That's what Rory said. I didn't say it. Will didn't say it.
Yeah, Will said it.
That's what Leroy McIlroy said.
Leroy McIlroy said. So,
here's my final take.
Okay,
because Lee Westwood talks a lot of stuff, and it bothers me. Let me tell you why it bothers me. We talk. You make your bed, you sleep in it. Whatever decisions you make, that's decisions you got to live with. Look, one, I don't want to see PGA Tour versus LIV. I think that's foolish. You left the tour to do this LIV thing. I don't care about you competing against the PGA Tour. You've already said to hell with the tour. Don't try to come back. Go away. And number two, if you go play LIV, that's fine. Look, we got friends over there. People I'll call friends to play on LIV, right? That's perfect. Go play that. But don't talk nothing back about. Don't even bring up the PGA Tour. Don't even say PGA of America. Don't even say PXG. Don't even bring the letters up. It's just if there's somebody I respect that went to LIV, it's Dustin Johnson. You know why? He ain't said nothing. He has chilled. He's been where he's at. He's doing his thing. Everybody else making waves, trying to do the class action suit, lawsuit. DJ's quiet, chilling, taking his money. I respect that.
I'll match your Dustin Johnson, raise you with Kevin Na, because Kevin Na. He wrote a beautiful letter to the PGA Tour, and he said it is for my family. I respect that. I just get a little upset when they say
we're gonna grow the game.
Grow the game. Nah, that's don't do that. Just say you're trying to get
I
that.
tell you
bread.
who is growing the game. I just saw 21 Savage out playing golf in Atlanta. Did you see that?
I saw Rick Ross over there down there too.
Rick Ross with the Tour Championship. That's growing the game. Bringing in people that have followers from diverse communities and showing them. And you know what? Don't blast them up. Just give them a little clip.
Right.
You know, we don't need to. Rick Ross is at the PGA Tour, and this is this black guy. He's doing all this stuff. No,
but I
put it out there.
Does the governing bodies want the game to be growing like that? The governing bodies of golf, the PGA of Americas, the RNA, do they really want 21 Savage to be within golf? Do they really want DJ Khaled to be within golf? Do they want Rick Ross? But I know companies are chasing diversity. They're chasing diversity. In that business world, companies are chasing diversity, and it can definitely increase the bottom line. These companies need to know how to grab brand loyalty with diverse consumers, and they can pimp it through the game of golf. That's one thing golf does not know. I'm just talking, but I'm making sense a little bit. It's okay if you don't feel me.
You're making change. I'm not gonna say you're not.
Okay. Okay. I feel you. Facts.
I'll say this. You don't have to shout diversity from the rooftops if you have diverse people just doing things.
And I'm getting tired of this black stuff too, Doug. It's another thing. I know. I'm venting. I'm getting tired of this talking black all the time. What I mean by that.
Say more.
Let me say more. I'm getting tired of. Yes, there are. We need representation in golf. Yes, at multiple levels in the game as a whole. Right.
Okay.
The introductory level, the competitive level, and as well as the professional level. That is true in the industry as well. Fair. So, but I'm thinking, and I wonder, talking, because I'm talking to friends as well, you know, who are white, and I say all the time, like, man, yeah, I gotta go to game against diverse communities, and I feel like I'm getting a side now from everybody. Oh.
Here comes the diversity talk.
Here we go. And I'm even also getting mad at, like, you know, at times to where we're not speaking more or articulate what we're trying to get across through the diversity piece, as opposed to just saying at the surface level we need to grow the game.
I feel like golf has tried so hard to bring black and brown people into the game that now they actually have it. They're like, hey, look what we did. And it's like, you ain't got to do that. You can actually be quiet now.
Right.
You just sit back and chill.
That's
just
what it
relax.
is.
Relax.
Right. We're here.
The things that you've tried to do for all these years, me and Will are here talking about golf. This is okay.
Man, this is a variation of growing the game.
This is what happens, you know, presented by Genesis.
Yeah, but I think the next conversation need to be, how can black and brown people come from diverse communities grow themselves through the game? That's the next conversation.
Now that's a great conversation to have. And Will, you know what? I think we'll leave it right there. How can they? I don't know, but we want to hear from you. What's your thoughts? And how uncomfortable is it? Because I know, Will, it's very uncomfortable for a lot of people talking diversity. Blacks, whites, Caucasians only clause, 1961, PGA of America, Charlie Sifford. Yeah, well, guess what? That's what I live with. So, welcome to a day in the life.
You can't, don't bring that, don't say that, Doug. Don't bring that over here, Beep, because then that's gonna go about, you know, talking about the history of golf and, you know, how it used to be. Now you're gonna have I'm gonna have
Mr. Twitter fingers.
You're gonna have golf critical race theory, and we're gonna be canceled. You can't do that.
You know what? After this episode, we might be canceled. Live, race. Guess what? Welcome to my life. Here we go. Hey, guys, we appreciate y'all rocking with us as always. You never know what we're going to talk about. You never know where we be. I'm in Charlotte, Will's hometown. He's chasing Steph Curry. Hey, Will, shouts out to the Underrated Tour for all the things you guys are doing, because you guys are actually showing what can happen when people with means get involved in the game in a meaningful way. So shouts out to y'all. Matter of fact, we need to bring Steph on just to talk about this experience. Genesis. Can't thank y'all enough. Golf Channel NBC. What's happening? Holla at us, man. Instagram, Facebook. No, we're not on Facebook. Instagram. That's the only place I'm at. Or me and Will at. That's it. Beyond the Fairway don't exist. Nowhere else. IG. Holla at us. Let us know what's cracking. We'll see you next week.